Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, with tax time coming up, I've had a lot of friends at work ask me about more questions about the Backdoor Roth and how it works. If you're new to the channel, give me a thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm. And if you haven't already subscribed, join the community. We have a great community. It's getting bigger every day. We teach each other online to get better at finances. Now, you know that backdoor Roths are completely legal, and I made a big video on it, this one, that goes into a lot of depth. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about this, and then we're going to go online and we're going to fill out form 8606. 8606 is a form that's necessary anytime we do a non-deductible contribution to a traditional IRA, which we know is the first step in a backdoor Roth. Now, we're going to go back and look at a little bit of that other video, and we're going to talk about some of the things to think about. And then we're going to go online and we're going to fill out form 8606 so we can do it right. Backdoor Roth. Now, when we want to consider doing a backdoor Roth? When you make too much money to automatically contribute to the Roth. Let's talk about how a backdoor Roth goes. You know, everybody, regardless of your income, is allowed to make a traditional contribution to an IRA. If you're 49 or under, it's $6,000 this year. If you're 50 or over, you get a $1,000 catch-up. What we can do, we can make a non-deductible contribution to a traditional IRA, and then the next day we convert that traditional IRA to a Roth IRA, thereby kind of skimming the rules. Guys, we're at the irs.gov website, and this is form 8606. Anytime we do a backdoor Roth, we need to do this. Now we're going to go over exactly how you fill out this form and why you need to fill it out. Okay, so the reasons you would fill out part one are you made a non-deductible contribution to a traditional IRA. Now this is 2017's form because I want one I can fill out online, but it's the same. Obviously we did because we made the non-traditional contribution because we're going to roll it over to a Roth, right? Second reason would be is if you took distributions from a traditional and you made non-deductible contributions to a traditional in 2017 or an earlier year. Also, if you had qualified distributions or a one-time distribution to fund an HSA, you converted part but not all of your traditional SEP or simple IRAs to a Roth, excluding any portion that you recharacterized. So we filled out the top. We've got Joe Smith at 123 Main Street, Anywhere, Oregon. Okay, so now this is 2017's form, but it's basically the same form. So let's say for this year we contributed $6,000. All right. Now we're going to say for easy math that we did that during the calendar year. Okay. Enter your total basis in the traditional IRAs. See instructions. So if this is your first year, you don't have a basis. So that should be 0. All right. Add line 1 and 2. So we got 6,000. Now, in 2017, or in our case, we'll say 2019, did you take a distribution from a traditional SEP or make a Roth conversion? Yes. So go to line 4. Enter those contributions included on line 1 that were made from January 1st through April 17th of 2018. So this is a new year. Now, if you made it after, remember, if you made it after the new year, and you're allowed to do it up until tax day, right? But it's going to make it different. So we're going to say that we did it all during the calendar year. So it's 0. Subtract 4 from 3. And that gives us 6,000. All right. Enter the value of all of your traditional. And now this is where if you have any old rollover IRAs or SEPs or traditional, this is where we get into the pro rata rule. So we're going to say 0 because we rolled that into our 401k. Enter your distributions from traditional. Do not include rollovers other than repayments.
One time. Do not include rollovers to a Roth, so that would be 0 as well. Enter the net amount you converted from a traditional to Roth IRA in 2017. So that's going to be $6,000 because we're going to roll that over, right? All right. Add lines 6, 7, and 8. That gives us $6,000. Divide line 5 by line 9. Okay, so 5 and 9 are the same, so if we divide those, right, that gives us 1. Multiply line 8 by line 10. So 6,000 times 1 is 6,000. Multiply line 7 by line 10. This is the non-taxable portion. So line 7 times 10. 1 times 0 is 0, right? Add lines 11 and 12. That's 6,000. That's our non-taxable portion. Subtract line 13 from line 3. Line 13 being 6,000. Line 3 being 6,000. That gives us 0. That is your total basis for 2717. Subtract line 12 from line 7. So 12 is 0, 7 is 0. 0 from 0 equals 0. Enter the amount on line 15A attributed to qualified. Okay, we don't have any qualified disasters. Subtract line 15B from 15A, and that gives us, once again, 0. Now, this is important. 15C is actually the line that will be entered on your 1040 as the taxable amount of the conversion. You notice we have 0. Now, because we did the conversion, we need to continue on to part 2. If you completed part 1, enter the amount from line 8. Otherwise, enter the net amount you converted from traditional to Roth. Do not include amounts you later recharacterize back. Okay, so we look at 8. Line 8 for us is 6,000. Okay. If you completed part 1, enter the amount on line 11. Line 11 is 6,000. Otherwise, enter the basis amount. Okay, so 6,000. Subtract line 17 from line 16. That gives you 0. This is your taxable amount. Now, this number is important too. This is going to be line 11B on your 1040. This is going to show your taxable amount that you have from the rollover to the Roth IRA. Complete this part only if you took a distribution from the Roth. Now, we're not 59, so we're not going to take a contribution. And of course, you're going to go down and you're going to sign and date it. Now, one thing that's important, remember, this is for non-deductible IRAs. IRA stands for Individual Retirement Arrangement. So, if you had to do a backdoor Roth and your wife or your spouse also did, remember, and we're going to zoom in here, if married, file a separate form for each spouse required to fill it out. All right, you guys, that was a quick down and dirty on how to fill out Form 8606. Remember, if you're doing a backdoor Roth, anytime you make a non-deductible contribution to a traditional IRA, this form needs to be filled out. And if you and your spouse both do it, you actually have to fill out 2 copies. All right, you guys, that was great. We just learned that Form 8606 is really not that complicated, but it is necessary anytime we try to do a backdoor Roth. Now, remember what we said is if you and your spouse both do backdoor Roths, you do need to fill out 2 of those forms each year. And you will need to fill it out every year that you do the backdoor Roth. Now, hopefully you remember that we keep all those traditional assets out. If you have them in there, it's going to add to the pro rata rule, which we don't want to get into. All right, if you have any other questions, remember, check out that other video. I'll link it in the description. It goes in depth and explains how the pro rata rule actually works. If you got something out of this, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. It's really helping me out. All right, we'll see ya.